All right. Let's bring him on. How you doing, my friend? Oh,
I am doing well.
fantastic. We all know that voice.
Oops.
Ed from Flash in Your Pan. What's that?
Oh, not much. I brought some of my friends with me that were over on my mail call Monday I had before your show.
I saw that, man. That's cool. Thanks, Ed. Always appreciated, dude. You know that.
Oh yeah. Well, you're an awesome guy, Jim, and now that I can actually call you a personal friend and been out on the river with you twice.
Yep.
Or on the stream, I should say.
On the stream. Yep. No tell 'em stream.
Yeah. No tell 'em Creek. You bet ya. But best show, I'll do worst first. How's that?
Sure. Absolutely.
Monsters of Rock.
Oh, one of those.
I don't remember it.
So it wasn't actually the show. It was Ed's condition.
I don't remember it.
I got one of those too, dude. Before you get to your best one, was Styx Concert, and I've actually talked about that before.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, we were pounding some whiskey, and by the time Styx came on, it was all I could do to stay away from the guy next to me puking right next to the PA system. And I virtually missed the entire show. And then I ran that stupid train around for hours. They felt sorry for me. They didn't charge me or anything. They must have felt sorry for me. And finally I found the exit and spent the rest of the evening on a windshield like a Delta 88, man. It was good times.
I kind of have two favorite shows, though. One will really surprise you, which was the funnest, most diverse in age crowd that was ever at a gig before.
Justin Bieber?
It was outside of Newport Beach, California, and Costa Mesa, California, really close to the beach. It borders Newport. Big surf community.
Mm-hmm.
The Beach Boys and Jan and Dean.
Oh, man.
It was an awesome show. There was old dancing with young, and it was just, the atmosphere was off the charts.
Really?
Actually, there's a bad concert I went to, which was a free concert I won from Exxon gas station up in Washington with the Beach Boys, and it was a dud.
Oh, wow.
No one was dancing. No one was doing nothing. It was like, oh, free concert, yay. And it was a total dud. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. There's a lot of those good concerts.
Yeah, there really is.
I can't even hardly remember.
I had to dig deep to to pick out one or two that stood out, because some just do. They stand out.
Well, my very first big Coliseum concert was Styx. Very good show. And
do you remember what album that was that they were promoting?
I think it was their first well-known album.
Grand Illusion, probably.
Grand Illusion.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Grand Illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Grand Illusion. That's it. Let me see, but that was a good concert, but that wasn't my best.
No.
My best was probably a little harder. I've seen them 3 times. It was maybe 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
was Metallica.
Mm.
It was the Ride the Lightning tour in Seattle. It was a really good show. But then again, when I saw the Rolling Stones for the Tattoo You concert, I saw them 2 days at LA Coliseum, and that was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
But Prince opened for him with his debut album.
Oh, wow.
Stones. That
Cool.
was either, I might be confusing that with Steel Wheels Tour
Mm-hmm.
and Tattoo You. But I saw them both at the LA Coliseum. But Prince opened for one of them, and it was his debut album, and Prince is a master on the guitar.
Yeah.
He
Was.
well beyond, ahead of his time, a lot like David Bowie was
Oh, yeah.
ahead of his time.
Yep.
But opening up for a bunch of people at the Rolling Stones concert didn't go over too well. I saw so much trash from the back of the LA Coliseum. It kind of went right on the stage. Finally, a guitarist got hit in the hand by a bottle, and I think my friend David Gates hit one of the musicians with an orange. Yeah, but that was a pretty good show, really. And, that I can't put that show down on the low list,
Yeah,
because it ended up being a great concert. But there's so many I can barely even remember. And
you don't have to tell me, my friend.
The small gigs count too.
I don't know, man. I don't. That's a great question. What constitutes a concert, or delineates a concert between just a show? Because I've played a ton of shows, anywhere from 2 people all the way up to a couple thousand, and I still wouldn't consider the second one, the big one, a concert. It was just a show, right? So there's got to be a line there somewhere.
Well, I saw 2 very big bands in a very small rock venue in my hometown of Anaheim called
While you're thinking of that, Ed, I got to answer Tony. Tony, yes. I saw the Faith Band actually came to my high school the year I graduated. And I absolutely did see them. That was right when they'd come out with their, what was that big hit? Carl Story? Was it Carl Story? Anyway, go ahead, Ed.
I think it was at the Jezebels, a real small rock club in Anaheim. Slayer and then Metallica played the very first show with their new bass guitarist at the time, Jason Newsted, after Cliff Burton died.
Yeah.
And the guy I went with, Doc, he played in a band called The Dogs in Phoenix, Arizona with Jason Newsted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
I actually got to meet Jason. I didn't get to sit and chat with Lars or
you say you did or didn't?
Say Mustaine, but he wasn't in Metallica at that time.
Not at that time, no.
James Hetfield or any of the other guys, but
Kurt Hammett.
Kurt Hammett. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did get to meet Jason Newsted when he was talking to my buddy Dennis, which we called Doc, but God rest his soul. But that was a really good show and packed. It was like a very small gig
Assholes and elbows.
with a lot of aggression and a mosh pit that was pretty much the whole place.
Yeah, yeah.
Great show. But yeah. Anyone else in the lineup yet? Because I can.
You can talk all night. No, you guys are more than welcome to. Ed's happy. Oh yeah, Steppenwolf's great. Oh hey, Mike, Digest Magazine.
Steppenwolf's good. Hey Mike, how you doing?
Who else did I miss? Tony Reviews. Of course, we were just talking. I missed somebody else too, but Huntress. Oh no, I saw Huntress Kimmy.
They're part of our community over in the treasure hunting community. They're from England.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Clodhopper Scott is a Yankee who moved to England.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy's from England.
Mm.
They're both very good metal detectorists. They were at my stream before we jumped in here.
I didn't get notified for your stream. That's odd. Normally I do. But also Arthur Moorhead, welcome to the show, my friend. And Crap My Dad makes me watch. Just hopped in. Hello, Adam. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
And Chrissy, no, I have no instruments here. I have a rainmaker somewhere, or a rain stick somewhere.
Rain stick, yeah.
But at one time I've had piano, keyboards, drums, alto sax, bass clarinet, a Fender Precision bass. For a while when my friend was in the Army, I took care of his guitar and I was attempting to teach myself how to play. But,
how'd that work out?
Bloodied fingers, and I learned a few tunes. But
that's cool.
My fingertips got really bloody and painful.
Yeah, you got to ease into it, man. You got to develop those calluses.
Yeah, I love music. I love promoting local bands and stuff when I had my Action Sporting Goods store. The girl that kind of shared it, she promoted gigs, Double D Music Productions. She called it Double D because she was double.
Yeah, I did the math, Ed. Thanks. Hey, Brand Ariels, how you doing, man? Bob Dib wants to know where your banjo pan is.
It's out in my shed.
The next question is, can you play it?
Sure, every time I turn it on and run some material through it.
It sings like none other. But only where there's gold, and there's no gold in the Midwest.
No, never played the harmonica, but my ex-brother-in-law was very good at the harmonica. I did have a juice harp for a little while.
Yeah, and to correct you there, Chrissy, it's juice, not Jews.
Well, I've heard it pronounced as juice harp before too.
Yeah, but I don't think it's spelled Jews, is it? Somebody have to look that up.
I think some do it both ways.
God, if we only had a device and some sort of network where we could look things like this up at the drop of a hat. If it was only there, Ed, think of the power we would have.
Someone should come up with something like Google or something.
Somebody should invent it. Just invent it. I'm actually going to do a search for juice harp. Oh, look, it does come up. You might be right. Well, it says Jews harp and Jews and Gentiles. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. No. Well, I mean, Wikipedia is no source because who knows who actually updated this. But it said the juice harp, also known as the jaw harp, mouth harp, or juice harp. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, Chrissy. You were right. I was wrong.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, but stupid. Do you remember where that's from? Very interesting, but stupid. Yeah. Heroes. We're gonna miss most. I think that was Artie Johnson in wasn't it in Latin? when you started that? Oh,
I think you're right.
Hey, you feeling okay, Ed?
Yeah.
Oh, those are some nasty coughs, dude. Nasty coughs. Nasty coughs.
Yeah, one of these days I'll kick the reason for them.
Oh yeah. Well, you already tried vaping. You know, I'm gonna. Yeah. Do you know what strength you're at? Not to change the subject.
I was using 12.
12? And how many cigarettes you smoke a day?
About a pack and a half.
Oh man, you need to be about 24. And find a flavor that you just absolutely dig. Go to these places and you know, get the samples.
Was part of the problem because even when I tried the patch,
mm-hmm.
I would taste the nicotine.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a cigarette while wearing the patch.
Well, you won't.
Then I tried the lozenges, and I didn't like that because I would spit it out like chew, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
It won't chew because that's disgusting. I liked vapes, especially like fried ice cream or cinnamon roll, stuff like that. You know, I kind of have a sweet tooth, and I'm quite into donuts and stuff. You probably remember the prospecting we did at No Tellum Creek. I
Sure.
had a nice stash of donuts.
Well,
yeah,
I found a coffee flavor that just knocked my socks off. And I started out at 24 and I smoked back a day, you know, for 30, 35 years. And as soon as I came up with that flavor at 24 milligrams, I didn't need them anymore. Didn't need them anymore. I got the nicotine fix I needed. I got the throat hit. I got the flavor I wanted. And then I've since changed, but then I've slowly brought my nicotine down, and I'm probably at this point, I don't know, around 7 or 8, because I kind of make some of my own out of other people's juices. So yeah, if
congratulations, April and fam.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very, very nice. That warrants an applause. Yeah, anytime you can quit. So is that all you're doing, April fam? Are you just cold turkey and you're done, or do you have any like me, a vice that you still hang on to? That'd be interesting.
Well, you know, Jesse, you know, Toledo Jazz, my partner in crime, he says, "Oh, I quit smoking such and such," and I go, "No, you haven't. You still smoke."
No, it's not smoke, Ed. It's vapor.
It's still smoky.
Well, it's still a habit. There's no question about that. But there's no carcinogens, none of that crap. So,
who's to say?
Oh, I know. All you're doing is heating up liquids, and if you go too hard on it, you will. But you're literally just you're vaporizing liquids.
Vegetable glycose, and what's the other?
No, it's vegetable glycerin. It's propylene glycol, and nicotine, and then just flavorings, kind of like, you know, food flavorings. Yep. And the only way they were able to find any sort of chemical alteration in the vape was when they overheated it. And that's when they discovered formaldehyde was produced. But nobody in their right mind overheats this shit because it tastes like garbage anytime it gets too hot.
That's true. Yeah. And then you burn your coil and it tastes terrible.
Just tastes terrible. Yeah, my insurance company qualifies me as a non-smoker now too, Tony. Absolutely. Yep. Oh, and there's water in there, of course. But but you know, it's they still can't find any chemicals that it creates when you're just making vapor out of it. And all of those ingredients I mentioned, Tony, are in all the food you have every day. There's propylene glycol and a bunch of shit. There's vegetable glycerin and a bunch of shit. There's, of course, water.
Yeah, but
there's
do you
flavorings.
Trust what they put in a lot of stuff in your food?
Well, no, but I still eat it. I mean, you know, we all flirt with disaster. We're all rolling the dice here, but the difference is, you know, they all know what those 4,000 chemicals are when you burn an organic substance. and what it does to your lungs. So the only thing that I think they'll find long term is maybe, you know, the result of vapor on the lungs. You know, results aren't in for that yet. You've got to have several years before that comes in. But I'm not worried about it. I can smell better. I taste stuff. I can breathe so much better. I mean, it's been 10 years now, and I don't have that, you know, that smoker's smoker's hack. Don't have that.
It's like Jesse has it worse now, like that popcorn cough.
Oh yeah.
You know, when I was vaping, it seemed like I was coughing more than when I was.
Well, you get used to it. Yeah, you get used to. I know a lot of. Have you ever watched somebody for the first time ever try to take a big giant vape, and when they're a smoker, they don't stop coughing for half an hour. I don't want to say it's funny. Yeah.
Done that.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's funny, but there's.
It's funny. I won't say it's funny,
but it's funny. But I'm like,
I see how you are.
Yeah, no. It's like, you know, take it easy. You know, work yourself into it. You didn't smoke a pack a day your first day. Actually, if you did, you probably never would smoke again.
Yeah. You know what? When my dad caught me stealing his cigars or something, he should have just made me eat one of them or something.
That was tradition. Make him eat the pack. Make him eat the pack.
Yes, I was, Tony.
What Tony asked you?
Tony viewed this was saying, I saw Ed vaping in our panel stream a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, he trades off and on.
Yeah, I still have my vape pens and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not something that I like taking with me on the job and stuff because they're a hassle.
Yes.
And to me, they're not convenient. They're a hassle. So that's
awesome, April and fam. She said, or he said, I did vape for a bit, maybe a year, then I quit that too. Well, good for you. I am always, you know, nothing is always better than something in this arena.
Very true, Brent. And you have no ashtrays and butts.
Yep.
That can be quite yucky and stuff. I agree. And
yeah,
I'm an addict. What can I say?
Well, we all are. I mean, that's the sort of thing that doesn't go away. I mean, how many times have you talked to an ex-smoker that says, I still think about him?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, here's one major success with bad vices in my life.
Huh.
I'm a reformed cocaine addict, and I have been clean for going on 40 years.
That's awesome, dude. You've told me that before, and I'm still in awe.
It's 30, mid 30-ish, something in there.
Yeah.
Without any Narcotics Anonymous or 12-step program or going in rehab. I had a pile of coke on my table. I kicked it in the air. I said, I don't want to die. I laid a map on the floor, threw a dart in the air, and landed on Washington State. And that's where I went. And I severed all ties. I mean, some people I've known all my life that was into it and stuff.
Yeah.
Severed them.
And that's the most important thing, man, is to get away from the lifestyle.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's what I did. I fully removed myself from the equation, and I wouldn't put myself in the places where those type would most likely congregate.
Right.
So besides cigarettes, I smoke.
We'll just leave it there.
But not crack, not meth, no cocaine, no speed. But I I used to be on a very fast track, and if I wouldn't have done what I did when I did, I could guarantee you I wouldn't be here with you today.
I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. You've probably got people that you've known back, in the old neighborhoods that are no longer because of that.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
bye.
Yep. Brandon B asked me, have I ever crowd surfed before? No, crowd surfing wasn't even a thing when I was going to concerts, to be honest with you. Nor were mosh pits. I was all pre mosh pit. It was just you go to listen to music. In fact, Ed remembers
the good old fashioned slam pit.
No, we didn't have any slam pits when I went to concerts.
Well, you did grow up in Indiana. I grew up in Southern California.
Right, with your Daisy Dukes. And we never I had to slip that in on you.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah.
Hey, Grumpy Vlogger.
Hey, Grumpy Vlogger's here. How you doing? Stopping by to say hello. Well, hello, my friend. Hello. I love mosh pits and crowd surfing. I bet. And when I was a kid, if that was going to concerts, if that was something, I'd have been there. Absolutely.
Now, Brandon, when I was really into metal and punk, we didn't call it a mosh pit. We called it the slam pit.
Slam pit.
It wasn't like I've noticed that a lot of metal gigs or mosh pit kind of goes in a rotation, either clockwise or counterclockwise.
Is that depending on the hemisphere?
I don't know.
Brad will get that joke.
In a mosh pit, I would usually go against the flow.
Yeah.
But back in my day, suicidal tendencies and fear and a bunch of other miscreant punk rock bands in SoCal, our pits looked like a giant fight, just fist and elbows, and it was chaotic, and there was no rhyme or reason to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a slam pit, not a mosh pit.
Yeah. By the way, we have we have a couple other reformed smokers. Arthur Moorhead, he's a reformed smoker. So is Chrissy of, what'd you say, 11 or 12 years, Chrissy? That's awesome.
Yes, I have seen Agent Orange.
Oh, really? Who said that?
Tony Reviews. I saw them down in Costa Mesa at the Cuckoo's Nest. Same place where I've seen Public Image with Johnny Rotten, Suicidal Tendencies, Black Flag, Fear, Adolescence, and a whole bunch of other bands I can barely remember.
For various reasons.
All kinds of reasons. I've also seen TSOL there in their punk days, or they made the move over to Rockville.
Platinum Blonde Band? Does that ring a bell?
No,
me neither. I've heard of them.
Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics.
Yeah.
She brought in a really strange crowd.
Oh, you think?
Oh, I saw her with Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Oh, you did? I bet that was a good show.
That was a really good show. I believe that was Madam Wands on the Sunset Strip in Santa Monica.
Oh, very cool.
I also saw Iggy Pop at the Hollywood Palladium too, which was another good show.
Yeah. Every time you hit your desk, it looks like you're not even there. No, that's all right. Your camera like jerks. It looks like almost like a bad jump cut. We are live, folks. Now, when you guys watch this, processed, we won't be, but there are no jump cuts happening right now. Arthur says, I don't remember many. Dude, I get it.
No, I've never saw my Nirvana. Even though they're a great group from Aberdeen, Washington.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Pearl Jam in their heyday.
I would have liked to have seen Pearl Jam, Nirvana, even the Melvins. And the Melvins and Nirvana, those guys all went to the same school. They grew up in the same town.
Oh, yeah?
Was it the guitarist from the Melvins was with Nirvana or the drummer?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, it would have been the drummer. That's Dave Grohl. He's Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he's the lead singer and guitarist. Well, rhythm guitarist for the Foo Fighters. I think he does a little bit of lead. He's a talented dude, man. He is a really talented dude. Yeah, I saw Kiss before, after, and back in makeup. I've seen them 3 times. Yeah, back in their heydays. Like, was it 19?
I thought the worst thing they did was get out of their makeup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're some ugly bastards. But
that's like Van Halen with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, I saw Van Halen with David Lee Roth. Actually, I saw Van Halen with David Lee Roth, and then I saw Van Hagar. Then I saw when they actually came back to what was now the Conseco Fieldhouse, where David Lee Roth came back with the band. It wasn't even the same thing. Not even the same thing.
Last time I saw Van Halen, it was at the S Festival in '81, out in the middle of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
David Lee Roth was inebriated. He was so drunk. He was forgetting his lyrics.
Yeah.
Some guy squirted him with the squirt gun, and he's like, "Yeah, squirt me again, you blankety blank. I'm gonna F in your girlfriend. She'll like it." Actually, a lot of people laughed at that. They're just like,
oh yeah, yeah. I can imagine that would have been the end right there.
I also saw Ozzy at that show too. That was a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was hot. Glen Helen State Park, I think it was, in the middle of the desert in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good show. Hey, Just Living.
Just Living. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Let's see, I pulled the trigger too soon, and now no one's calling it.
And here we are, 10:46.
We're starting to catch up to me, but now you're not.
Nope. Ed just got another one on you. Grumpy Vlogger says, I personally like country, but I had to listen to long-haired hippie stuff and my kids.
I do like country. I like Dwight Yoakam. I like Johnny Cash. I like Dolly Parton. And who's that coal miner's daughter?
Loretta Lynn.
Yeah.
No Conway Twitty?
I like some of Conway Twitty. Hank Williams, Junior, Senior, and the Third.
You like the Third stuff?
Oh, I like his punk stuff.
Oh man, that guy rocks out. It's funny too because I didn't tell this story, but I do help out my VFW every once in a while, right? Member and all that, and I run music for them because I'm the only one there that's got a PA. So they had a shindig. What was it, Saturday night? And I just let my playlist play. Well, I got a lot of Hank Williams, the 3 on there, and I got to tell you, it's not really appropriate for background music for a lot of folks.
Well, Conway Twitty, yeah.
No. Hank Williams the Third.
Williams the Third.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't hold anything back on his stuff, man.
No, and if you'll see, and when you saw him, he did half his set a lot in his ancestors' tradition, right? Half his show, and didn't he kind of like say, "Okay, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll be playing some other stuff that some of you might not enjoy."
Are you talking about Hank Williams 3?
Yeah,
I've never seen him live. I only have a lot of his stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've never seen him live, but is that how he ran the show? 'Cause that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was like 2 hours of him doing his country stuff, a lot like his old man and his grandpa and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, we're going to take a break, blah, 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 blah. You hardcores stick around. Some of you that are more into like what my dad and grandpa did, you might not want to stick around.
Did you see what Lloyd wrote? Grumpy Blogger. He says, I used to listen to Willie when his hair was short.
Will he ever have short hair?
I'm sure he did at one point. In fact, I can remember some album covers where it wasn't long and braided.
I do like Willie Nelson stuff. I would have liked to have seen him in concert.
Yeah.
I do like a lot of rockabilly stuff. Reverend Horton Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Yeah. What about Stray Cats?
Stray Cats. Well, they're almost one and the same.
Sure.
I do like the Stray Cats. I also saw them live at a festival.
Oh, did you?
But I like him better with his orchestra.
Yeah.
With the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Sure.
There's I like TSOL better as punk though than I did when they switched over to rockabilly. I like a lot of everything and I dislike a lot of everything, and I was never really one for starstruck.
No.
And so I never got really into big on names and stuff. But probably one of my all-time favorite group would probably be The Who.
Yeah, you've said that before. Yeah. And of course, I couldn't.
Yeah, huge Who fan.
Yeah, I couldn't relate. I mean, I loved a lot of what The Who did, but I don't know. They were never really on my radar. I don't know why.
Oh, at that time, I liked the Stones. I liked the Kinks.
Yeah.
I was really into a lot of surf sound, Dick Dale and the Deltones, the Safaris, the Ventures, Boys. But I really did like a lot of the British groups, Kinks, like I said.
Yeah. Part of the first wave.
I was a little young for the first, like the British invasions with the Beatles and all that.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
The Beatles?
Hey, Ringo.
Oh, Pink Floyd. Oh, Patty, you nailed it.
Oh,
I love Pink Floyd.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're a very talented group. Know what blew me away? My son, Ian, my youngest, he called me up and he's like, Dad, what's the effing up with Dark Side of the Moon? I just don't get Pink Floyd.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, dude, really? He's like, what the blankety blank is with this drum solo forever? And I'm like, okay, well, I guess there's probably some Led Zeppelin you wouldn't like either.
Exactly. Good thing you didn't turn him on to Animals. Not the group. I'm talking about the Pink Floyd album, Animals. He would have.
I almost saw the Pink Floyd Animals tour.
Did you? I almost saw the Wall tour. My wife got to go. Almost. Yeah. My wife got to go and it pissed me off. I was.
And the one and only time I almost got to see The Who is when all those people got trampled and they canceled the tour.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Sucked. I never got a return on my tickets.
Oh, man. Oh, you want to? I got one of those. Do you remember when the Eagles came back with the Hell Freezes Over tour? Do you remember that? It's when they got back to. Remember they broke up and said, Will you guys ever get together? Yeah, when hell freezes over. Well,
right. They got back and hell froze over.
Yeah, they're about 94. I want to say 94, 95. I got tickets from the station, local station here, because they were coming up to Deer Creek, which is our outdoor theater, and they had two shows. Let's see what. It was a Friday and Saturday night show, but then they had to cancel last minute. And about a month later, they rescheduled it on a Thursday and Friday. And what they said was those people that had Friday tickets go Thursday, and those people had Saturday tickets go Friday.
Right.
Well, we had Saturday tickets. We show up Saturday, and they were letting all those people in that didn't want to go. Or I'm sorry, we showed up Friday, on the reschedule. They let in all those people that didn't want to go Thursday night. So I'm talking about standing room only on the lawn.
Oh man!
And you couldn't hear anything, you couldn't see anything. The smells were horrid. I think we heard 3 songs, and then we just said, "Screw this, screw this." It was awful. That may be my worst concert now that I think about it. That just sucked balls. I was really looking forward to seeing, because they were all the original members, and I hadn't seen them during their heyday. Loved their early stuff, and they just fucking blew it.
Oh, I could have a new worst concert.
What's that?
Grateful Dead and Ziggy Marley.
Really?
Eugene, Oregon.
What happened that made it one of the worst concerts?
Well, yeah, I was traveling after I threw a dart in the air and it landed on a map on Washington.
Yeah.
I was traveling to Washington, and my friend Eugene from Portland, Oregon, was going down to Eugene for the Dead concert and to see Ziggy Marley and the Grateful Dead. And he's like, "Meet us there, Ed, and then you could just ride up with me to Portland and go on from there." And I'm like, "Okay, cool," because I was hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Which that was a fun trip. But so I get to Eugene and I go to the gate we were supposed to meet at and everything. Well, needless to say, I never got in, and I met a lot of interesting deadheads in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was quite festive. But I never met up with my friends who had my tickets, and never got to see Ziggy Marley or the Dead, which, the Grateful Dead's a very talented group.
Yeah.
Much respect, but they were not really my cup of tea.
Same here.
I was there more to see, I wanted to see Ziggy Marley way more than I wanted to see the Grateful Dead. I believe it was the Touch of Grey concert.
Oh, that's actually the breakout
series.
Yeah.
So I ended up never even seeing it, but I had a decent time with all those stinking hippies, deadheads out in the parking lot, and then I made my way going up to Washington.
Awesome. Or I'm sorry, I don't know which.
It was good and bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I guess it wouldn't constitute as the very worst. But,
yeah, since you didn't actually see the show.
no, and I can barely hear it.
Oh, yeah. So it was indoors.
There was a lot of music going on in the parking lot and stuff. The Deadheads were playing music, and it was quite festive.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the best concerts I never went to was Jimmy Buffett. Now, let me explain that. At Jimmy, anyone who's ever been to a Buffett show knows that the real fun is out in the parking lot, right? All day long.
It's in Margaritaville.
Exactly. So there's lots of drinking, lots of barbecuing, all fun stuff. Hell, I even had some cornhole boards that I'd made out there. And
I like in Turner Overdrive too, and the
Oh, I do
Guess.
too. Yeah, and the Guess Who. Yep. Three Dog Night. I love Three Dog Night. There are so many bands that I dig. Oh, and Grumpy says I love CCR with John Fogerty. Me too, my friend. Me too.
Yeah,
I
but
still
no
play
one
some of their
talked
songs.
about the label with. Remember the stuff with John Fogerty when he went solo
Mhm.
after CCR?
Sure.
The label that owned the copyrights for CCR stuff, they sued John Fogerty for sounding too much like CCR.
Sued John Fogerty for sounding too much like John Fogerty. That was some shit. Can you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine that?
Oh, I'm sorry, John, but you can't sound like yourself anymore. You sound too much like CCR.
Oh man, yeah, he did get booted. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Yeah. It was a little too folky for me, but
He says Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young.
yeah.
Well, how about Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Same thing. They were still a little too folky for me. You know, I wasn't into the whole
Kinda
Joni.
like Simon and Garfunkel. Huh?
Yeah, I wasn't into the whole Joni Mitchell or Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan or
There's some of Bob Dylan I like.
yeah. Same here. It's just not one of those things.
Way too folky.
Yeah, I never sought it. I never sought it out.
I do like Mama Cass though.
Daryl Hannah of Splash. How is Neil Young with
Hi, Crystal.
Daryl? Hey, Crystal Vanner, how you doing? How are you,
How
hon?
you doing, Mr. Lodak?
Oh, where do you see
Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, Mr. Lodak. I actually kind of like Simon and Garfunkel. If I'm
There's like most of everyone we brought up, even the ones I'm not really into,
Mhm.
they do have nice pieces of their fruit that I do like.
Sure,
But they have a bunch of stuff that I just
can't get into. Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know an outstanding musician who I would love to hear play live someday.
Who?
Patty Bouchard.
I know. One of these days, Patty, we'll have you up here. One of these days. I'm gonna lock the meeting now though, because it's 11 o'clock and I have to be up early tomorrow.
See, doggone it.
I know.
Do this.
That's all right.
Someone didn't rescue you from me.
Nobody has to rescue me from you, Ed. I always enjoy it. We never have nothing to talk about. That's the nice part about it.
You get a couple of talkers like us together. Oh my goodness. I was surprised we got any digging done on the stream.
Oh man, I know. Well, the first day we almost didn't, because only half of us were doing anything.
True. But that was mostly a social gathering. But the second time on No Tell 'em Creek, you were there, Patrick was there, and I was over there, and it was only a couple of visits here and there in between. I think most visiting we done was before you left.
Yeah. Well, no, there was lunch.
True.
Yep. We sat around and had lunch and shot the shit for a while. Oh, Iron Butterfly. You know the thing about Iron Butterfly, Tim, is most people haven't listened to anything other than Inagata Davida, and when you do, it's markedly different from Inagata Davida. Because I used to have that album, the breakthrough album, and I just couldn't dig the rest of it. Of course, I loved Inagata Davida, but I just didn't dig the rest of it. Then there's the Winters. Oh man,
my brother was my late brother Randy was really into Iron Butter.
Oh really?
Yeah. He liked Iron Butterfly, Steppenwolf, Edgar Winter Band. He's been gone so long, I forgot really how much what he really liked.
Yeah. Can you
I
believe
remember I used to hide his weed.
just being the big brother?
I'm the baby. He was
Oh, yeah, that's
he
right.
was the middle of the three of us.
Oh, okay.
Out of the blood, you know.
Yeah.
I have like 6 foster sisters and like 12 foster brothers. So, but there's only 3 of us blood brothers.
I see.
And we lost Randy a year after his daughter was born, and she's like 42 now or something. He died when I was about 15. I was in driver's ed when he got killed.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, long time. Speaking of long times, Crystal says, I've only been to one legit concert. Just one? New Edition, which I recognize, but I don't know any of their stuff. Full Force, never heard of them. Sherelle, never heard of it. I don't know. Oh, and Mom won tickets on the radio. Wow. Just one, Crystal? Just one? That's amazing. Go ahead, Ed.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Confession about the most unlikely concert you would see me at. I actually went as a favor for this girl who lived on our block. Leaf Garrett. And I made a mistake once and told the guy I work with, which Davey, he's an outstanding musician for a local band in Columbus called Warhorse. And he's an outstanding musician. And it came up in conversation, and he still teases me about it. Oh, at least I never went and saw Leaf Garrett. I went for her.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. I get it, Crystal. I get it. Yeah, Steppenwolf. Awesome. I just watched a documentary on Steppenwolf the other night. If you guys ever get a chance, if you guys are really into music, check out Rick Beato's channel. He's been pushing out musical instrument accessories and whatnot for years, but he's a very accomplished musician, and he breaks down songs. He'll talk about very popular songs, and I think his series is What Makes This Song So Great. I just ran into it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I can't stop watching it. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Outdoors with Eric joined us.
Eric, how you doing?
And who are you asking about, Crystal?
Who?
She said, who? He's so fine. Leaf Garrett. That would have been a great secret to take to your grave, Ed. Now everybody knows.
I'm an open book.
You are an open book, and that's awesome. I can remember a lot of my my contemporaries being, smitten with Leif Garrett, the female gals that in my group back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And I'll never forget, in 3rd grade, we'd have this like music time instead of recess when it was raining, and you could bring in any album you wanted. I brought in an Alice Cooper tune, or an Alice Cooper album.
The grandfather of shock rock.
Yeah, that went over like a lead balloon.
That's actually how Led Zeppelin got their name.
Oh yeah, lead balloon.
Well, Led Zeppelin, it was either the Stones or no, it was the Who.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the Who said, "Oh, you guys are gonna go over like a Led Zeppelin."
Boom, name change.
What were they before? The Traveling Wilburys or something like that? I forget.
Well, unless they resurrected that name for George Harrison, Roy Orbison, Tommy
yeah,
Shaw,
that's right.
Ted Nugent. No, who
They
else
were
was in
the
that?
Traveling Wilburys.
They were the Traveling Wilburys. Who else was in that band? There's a lot of famous folks. I want to say Tommy Shaw and Ted Nugent, but that was when Jack, somebody from Night Ranger. What's his last name?
I wasn't Tom Petty in that too.
Yes, he was in the Traveling Wilburys, and it wasn't Nugent or Shaw. God, what was their power band that they put together? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Right on the tip of my tongue. But they actually put out some pretty good music. I've always been a Tommy Shaw fan because back in the day I thought he was in my register, and I could emulate him pretty well. When it came to singing. Not anymore. But he's not even in his old register anymore.
I hear Judy listening to some Irish stuff. Sure sounded like some bagpipes and stuff.
Oh, that's a little too Irish for me. I like the Irish rock stuff. Like
Dropkick Murphy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do I.
Well, I played a ton of that stuff over the years.
Oh, I listened to these three girls playing Enter Sandman on black bagpipes yesterday.
That's kind of like when you hear that kind of crap in elevators.
No, it actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of those rockabillys or psychobilly bands like Iron Horse that does like covers of Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff. I really like Iron Horse. They're good. I know Outdoorsy Girl. She's really into bluegrass. I do like bluegrass. To me, they're my kind of country. I look at them like the garage bands of the country. Punk rock of country.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I look at bluegrass. Kind of the jazz of the mountains.
It's not my cup of tea.
I like some jazz.
Oh, I like a lot of jazz, but bluegrass just not my cup of tea, man. Not my cup of tea.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things. We all have those genres that we just don't listen to. I don't listen to any really old. Somebody called it twangy country. I don't listen to any of that. But
I really like big band jazz.
Oh,
Benny
yeah.
And Glenn Miller band.
Yeah.
I kind of grew up with that stuff with my old man, and it kind of followed me.
Yeah.
He would tell me about, don't worry about your mom and your music, son. My mom used to say my music was the devil's music. It's the devil.
Yeah, send me a link, Chrissy. I want to listen to some of that Iron Horse. Good night, Crystal. If I just heard somebody say good night. And also Darren from Germany Travel and Personal Guide. Good night, my friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks.
Oh, he won a sticker tonight on my show.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That is so cool.
Remember, email me, flashingyourpain@gmail.com.
There you go, Darren.
I'll hunt you down.
Oh man, I thought I read that as flock of seagulls, Chrissy. Okay, Stephen the Seagulls. Yeah, I watched a documentary on them as well.
I like Iron Horse better than them. They're a rock hillbilly band, bluegrass. They do like Thunderstruck and from AC/DC and stuff. It's good. But I like Iron Horse much better.
Well, looks like you got a compadre there. Grumpy Blogger played in a bluegrass band for about 5 years.
Ah, cool.
Yes, Steve Miller Band, Boston. I so loved the first 3 albums, Boston's.
Steve Miller Band's a great band, though.
That was my first album. First album I ever bought was Steve Miller Band, Joker. Me, myself, with my own cash.
You want to hear another embarrassing story?
Absolutely.
I want to know the very first vinyl I ever bought that I went down with my piggy bank money to the corner record store and bought? Oh my God. I can't believe I'm going to admit to this shit.
Throw it, man. Throw it.
Partridge Family album.
Featuring David Cassidy.
Oh, I knew you'd get a hoot out of that.
Oh man, did I ever? Did I ever? Oh,
that's as bad as going to a Leaf Garrett show.
yeah, but you had a piggy bank then. Leave Garrett, you should have known better. Oh, I didn't either, Chrissy. I watched that show all the time when it was first run. That sucks. Sucks being old to say that, you know, these classics we all got to watch first run.
Pardon me.
Oh, it's all right.
Huh.
Patty loves Partridge Family too. Hell, I'll even admit to have watched some of their.
I used to watch the Monkees all the time.
Oh,
too.
me too. Me too.
And the Banana Split.
Yep.
Oh, know what I was thinking about the other day? Maybe you'll do this with me.
What's that?
I want to do a cover of a heavy metal version of the Banana Splits. Well, what got me thinking about it was, you know, Mama Shark.
Oh God, stop it. Dude, I have to listen to that all the time when my granddaughter's over here.
I heard a metal version of it. Mama Shark. Whatever the lyrics go.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what they are.
Is you have a couple of guys with younger kids who bombard their parents with that.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate Pugsley, a guy I work with, he starts playing it in the job trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that stupid song's kind of catchy.
Oh, I know it is.
And then next thing you know, the four grown construction guys are going around the job site going, Mama Shark, Grandma Shark, Baby Shark. I wish I had my cameras with me 24/7.
Oh, man.
But I hid my camera somewhere, my GoPro or something, and.
What about your phone? No bueno.
My newer phone does a whole lot better than my old phone, but I don't want to burn my battery so quick.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you never want to hear that again, Lloyd. Imagine being in a business meeting, a very high-profile business meeting, and that's the only song dancing through your head during a presentation or something. Baby Shark, yeah. It's actually Baby Shark, but oh God, yeah. And you can't get rid of it. It's like having a Carpenter song in your head.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be thinking about it at night. But yeah, I want to make a heavy metal Banana Split song. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4, 5 banana, 7 banana more. Yeah.
Oh, I can actually hear it, Ed. I can actually hear it coming together. We should actually pitch that to MJ and do a collaboration between the three of us. Have you seen MJ rock yet?
No.
Oh man, dude, I interviewed him. He came on the show last Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I don't remember which, but oh man, she was
Carpenter.
Yeah, but anyway, he actually creates songs out of nothing. He comes up with maybe a riff, and then he starts laying it down. It's all digital. He'll play a lot of the instruments and he'll tie them together. I've been on there a couple times where we start throwing him lyrics based on the music. Hell, I think Mitten Dad was there. Drone Kings was there. Tony from Viewed This was there. I don't know if Wisco Style was. But there was and Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. We all ended up on that same stream somehow. After the thing, but before the thing, because Tony turned somebody on in the chat and is like, "Oh man, it was so cool! It was absolutely so cool." But he'd be the one to take that song into rock era. What would you play if we did that?
Me?
Yeah, you play anything?
I'd be your lead man.
Oh, there you go. You'd be the vocals.
Me. Because right now I just embarrass myself and get us booed off the stage if I touched an instrument.
I don't know. You come from the punk days, man. That's when they barely knew their instruments. They just got up there and played.
Yeah, but that was the same for Motley Crue when they first started.
True. Well, Ed, it's heading up on 119. We're already 19 minutes past. I think I'm gonna, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah, I want to shut down because like I said, I got an early meeting tomorrow, and I got to go see my father, and it's gonna be a busy day.
Did you see my one tweet to Pusha Studios, Blue Wrench Group, the last one?
With my cup in the background?
Of course.
I did see it, my friend. I did see it.
Wearing my Illuminati shirt.
Yep. I thought you meant the one where what was the other one you wanted retweeted with the hearts? You sent it just a bit earlier.
That was for suicide
prevention.
Suicide prevention.
Yep, I did retweet that, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Everybody needs to be willing to be an ear for someone in need.
Yes.
A lot of times they are calling out in one form or another. They just need someone that will really listen.
Yeah. And you got to listen before that happens too, because there are a lot of signs. Yeah, a lot of signs before they actually get to that point. So
that's right. And I've been on that side of the spectrum before, where I thought I was worth more dead than alive and no one would ever miss me. And thank God I was wrong, and thank God I know better now.
Yep.
There is a God.
There's a God. We're glad you're still here, Ed. Of course.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm still here too.
What would I have done for the last hour?
Been talking to Views to Tony or West Coast Style.
Somebody. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm glad you're still here, Ed. I never would have gotten into panning or had you on the show all these times. So,
and we're going to get you out on No Tell 'em Creek again, my friend.
Absolutely. It looks like I've got a very busy summer, so we're going to have to start scheduling some stuff. Hell, my next 3 weekends are just booked solid already. Just shit ton to do.
Thank you, Patty. My pleasure, hon.
Yeah, Patty's a great gal. Patty, got to get you on the show, hon. Got to get you on the show.
I agree. We want Patty.
Yes.
Don't make me beat on my desk too much or my camera will shake.
Well, there was a show where, like a hologram. You look like a hologram that's in transition because it literally interlaces and then you come solid again. It's really cool. Here, hit it once. Yeah, that's awesome. See what I mean? It looks like you're teleporting into my show.
Scotty, even though they never said that.
Yeah. Almost got all my audio and such figured out. Cool. And Patty, if you need some technical advice, let me know. My email address is right at the bottom of the screen there. It's videocallin@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to help. Or you can tweet me. And I'm so pissed off on Twitter about Twitter though. I've gotten away from it because what's that?
Pointing down to your email.
Oh yeah. Where is that guy? It's right in the center here. Whoops, right there, I think. Yeah, it's really tiny for me, but But yeah, I'd be more than happy to help. And if you need it, if you don't, you sound like you're pretty together. But anyway, Twitter, it just pissed me off. Sometimes when I post a link to a video, it shows the thumbnail and the blurb. Other times, I get friggin' zero. And I'm going to talk a lot about that tomorrow night in my anger age topic of the day. I've been very angry lately.
Have you?
Yeah, and I need to vent. So I may have to wear my beast mode on hat. Yeah, no zen for me yet. I'm in need of clients. I'm too busy and with not enough clients. Is that the worst thing ever? So
too busy with not enough clients?
Yeah. Too busy doing shit for nothing. And that's never any good when you're trying to feed, right? So
yeah, I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. So that's does anyone here know what a 45 is? I think most people here know what a 45 is, with the exception of
Colt 45?
Yeah. I could show you a nice Colt 45.
I can show you a 40 or a 9 mil.
Yeah.
Right?
Studio Geek probably won't know, and there's a couple other ones that probably would know. But anyway, Ed, I'm gonna call it a night, man. So fun having you on. Sorry
it's
about
always a pleasure.
Sorry about some of your concerts, man. That is how the chips fall, though, right?
Oh, you betcha, brother. You betcha. But a really good concert, which took me by surprise, was Yanni.
Oh, I bet.
Very good show.
I can think of a few of them like that. I bet, as much as we shit on people like Kenny G and Michael Bolton, I bet in their heyday that those were actually some pretty good shows, for what they were. So yeah, I get it. Yanni.
I really, really enjoyed Yanni's show, actually.
Oh, you did?
It was very good. Very good.
Who was that dude with the pan flute? Did you ever see that guy in concert?
Who?
The guy with the pan flute. You remember that? One of these days, I'll go out on a limb for a copyright strike, and I'll play the Bob and Tom piece where Haji, one of his characters done by some studio personnel. Zamfir, that's it. Thank you, Outdoorsy Gal. Zamfir and his pan flute. Well, they did a parody of that with Haji, and he had this whole pan flute method where I really shouldn't even tell you anymore, but it was friggin' hilarious. I may just play the thing in full. It's really short.
The guy who goes through the forest playing something in tight pink shorts, dressed like a fruit.
No, you're
literally a fruit.
You're watching the wrong channels. No,
I'll have to copy that. Let me see what.
No, Zamfir was the guy who he always had these like short infomercials, and I don't remember what they were for. I don't think you buy the pan flute. I think he wanted to sell you records of him playing the pan flute. So Bob and Tom, and most of you guys probably know Bob and Tom because they went national sometime in the early 80s. But they were the WFBQ, a local station here in town, album rock station. Yeah. And they used to have all kinds of little skits going on. That was one of my most favorite. What? Drone Kings? You know who Bob and Tom is? Oh yes, Bob Dipp. I'm sorry. Never mind. I didn't think they made it all the way over there, but who would know?
Oh, Jethro Tull.
Oh, I know. I never saw them live, but I have several of their albums to this day. Okay, we got to stop talking about that stuff.
What the?
Chrissy,
really?
Chrissy, we'll have you back on. Make sure that Johnny is up and ready to talk, and we'll actually.
It's a great song.
Fantastic.
Thick as a Brick.
Yep.
Was a great album. Locomotive Breath.
Oh, cool.
Ian Anderson made flute cool.
Who did? Oh, I know he did. Absolutely.
Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull made the flute cool.
Yes, he did. Brad, Drone Kings in Darwin. Bob and Tom was a local radio comedy team, drive-in comedy team, you know, for the morning rush hour.
They're from Indianapolis. They're syndicated now all across the states.
Yeah, well, Bob has left. It's still called the Bob and Tom Show, but Bob is retired. Tom still carries the torch. And
is it the Neil and Bob show now?
No, I think it's still Bob and Tom.
Sorry, that was just some
Don't you? That's what you get for trying to make fun.
There. My whiteboard just fell down in my studio with all my future guests on them.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
2 months worth of guests on my show right here.
Ed is organized.
Working on July now.
So get your requests in early.
Oh, yeah, you know, with a show like mine, even though it's once a week, I do quite a bit of planning. And
sure, absolutely. You should. You should. I'll try to make it tomorrow night, Ted. Ted. I was reading that.
Well, you'll have to come on sometime.
Again?
You metal detect, don't you, Tony?
Oh, you know, I don't see me
Tony
on there.
said sometime he metal detect. Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you, Tony? I didn't know if you metal detected or not. That'd be pretty cool.
We need to end your show.
Oh, I know.
Here until
I know. It's 11:30. Well, Ed, like I said, man, let me know the next time you're going to be in town.
I'll have my people get a hold of your people, Tony, and we'll get you on there, buddy.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Email me too, flashinyourpan@gmail.com.
You gonna call us out of this one, Ed?
Oh, I guess I can.
We don't want to break.
Until next time, everybody, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you're supposed to say it. You know what he always says.
And you know what he always says.
That's
right.
right,
On
Jim.
cue.
Maybe one day too. We'll meet you on the river. Until then, good night, everybody. Good night, Jim. Thank you very much, buddy.
Oh, you bet, Ed. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right.
Bye-bye. And there you have it. Another wonderful video call-in show guest. If you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell right now so you don't miss out on future videos and guests. Also, make sure to like and share our videos so we can continue to build this unique community. Thanks again for watching, and remember, always treat others as you want to be treated. See you live.